See, we live.
We are live, and they turned this off.
Yes, I can cut that back on.
But we're not gonna.
I don't know how, but I can figure it out.
We're just gonna do thumbs up without it thumbs upping.
That'll work.
Okay.
That'll work.
I just asked Jason a date, and I said, "Are you sure?" Because I really didn't know. It's June the 25th
The 25th?
at 4 o'clock here in Alabama. How's everybody doing?
June is cruising on out, and
It's-
July is cruising on in.
It's gonna be the 4th of July before you know it.
You gonna shoot fireworks?
No, sir.
I saw
No.
that the Clinton's gonna have fireworks if we want to see any.
Well,
I see.
actually, this weekend,
Yeah.
on the lake
Mm-hmm.
is the firework display.
Oh, is it this weekend?
I think so.
Huh.
I may be wrong. But I did see something about it, and it makes me wonder if it is this weekend
Yeah.
because it was a boat parade too. So it may
Ah,
be the
okay.
fourth weekend.
Okay, I got you. So what I want to know is, how hot is it at your place right now?
How hot is it?
Because I think it's hot everywhere right now.
No, because I saw some people that were in Australia that it's their winter.
Oh, it's their winter.
It's their winter, so they're not hot.
Yeah.
And then I also saw somewhere else that it wasn't hot. I can't remember where it was.
I took a picture
This is nothing, Jason. You shouldn't even taken that picture.
on the way up here, on the way up the stairs, and we're at 101 with a heat index of 105.
Yesterday,
Yesterday was awful.
the heat index was 114.
Yes.
And the temperature was like, what, 102?
Yeah, it was 101, 102. Today was supposed to be actually hotter, but
It didn't feel like it. Well,
doesn't.
the day's not over either.
It's not over yet. Oh, wait.
We're going to eat dinner and go back at it.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, there's a big heat wave coming through. But honestly, though, this is pretty much our summer, though. Really, it's really
Yeah.
not, it's kind of early for this, though.
It is kind of early.
This is August and September hot.
I was thinking about yesterday, people that are on vacation right now
Oh, bless their hearts.
in places that they anticipate being pleasant.
Mm.
Well, not pleasant, but
Yeah,
you know,
55 in Oregon. I didn't stop you.
55.
That just stood out to me.
Wow, it stands out to me too.
But go ahead about your vacation.
If you were at Disney World right now in Orlando,
And that hot concrete coming up.
Jason and I went on our honeymoon to Disney World,
We did.
and that was in the month of June.
It was.
So we were there from like June the 3rd through June the 8th, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, it was hot like it is right now down there then.
It was really hot, but
But we were able to tolerate it.
we're just adapted to it because this is our summers, and I would say that 80% of the people that were in Disney World was not adapted to it. They were miserable.
Well, it's asphalt everywhere.
That's what I meant. That hot coming up on you.
That asphalt brings up the heat.
Yeah.
And boy, there were people from places that did not have the humidity and the heat that Florida has.
Mm-hmm.
They were not comfortable.
We had somebody from the UK that commented yesterday on, because I posted how hot it was here,
Mhm.
and they said that I think it was in the 90s with them, and they're not used to that.
Oh,
I don't think
goodness.
they have air conditioning, so that's the thing. A lot of these people don't have air conditions. and
Right. Especially
it's crazy.
up in the Northeast, was it last week when they had such a heat wave that they were in areas that
Yeah,
they were not
right.
used to
Mhm.
having that kind of heat? Maine, Vermont area. I don't know if I'm getting that right, but there were places that weren't used to getting that kind of heat.
Shoo,
It's hot. It's
it's
hot.
rough. So y'all be careful. We've been pacing ourselves,
Well, we got Dee Dee locked up here
and
now,
she won't stand.
and she won't stand.
She can open it.
You think?
Unless you want to open it for you can.
Well, I'll probably trip on this cord
Oh.
here, and
But yeah, we've been pacing ourselves. I tell you, yesterday I started trellising roses, and I got 3 done, and I had to stop, and I was at 10:30,
well,
10:30.
well,
It was rough.
the that heat index makes it to where you can't hardly tolerate it.
It is rough, rough.
Not in smile.
Not in smile.
Not
Ain't
in
that
smile.
true? So I want to talk about our buddy Mr. Roy.
Yeah. Speaking of Oregon.
Speaking of Oregon,
Yeah.
our beekeepers, Rachel and Roy, the Nectar Ninjas, the daughter and father duo, he went and visited his son in Portland,
Oregon.
and went to go walk. I don't know if it's his dog or their dog.
I think it was the son's dog.
I think it was the son's dog. And Mr. Roy fell down and broke his hip in Portland. So he is he's had surgery, but he's going to be out, and Miss Rachel is going to be handling things by herself. So
I talked to Rachel about him yesterday, and the first day of physical therapy didn't go really well.
It didn't.
The son has 20 steps to his apartment.
Oh no!
That Mr. Roy will not be able to get up. So they don't know if he's going to stay in the hospital during the entire treatment, or if can find a little apartment that's close to the hospital, because he's got to do his physical therapy. But that's a bummer too, that he doesn't have. He can't stay with his son because he can't get up the stairs. So they won't let him fly home. Yep. He's not in the shape to get back to Alabama. And y'all, Rachel has got her hands full.
She does have her hands full. So.
She's more concerned with her daddy's recovery,
yes,
of course, than she is anything. But she wants orders to continue to come in. She says she can take care of things, and I'm sure she will do just that. So y'all have prayers for Mr. Roy to have a relatively pain-free
They were saying in 6 weeks he should be back and out working bees.
Well, let's hope that's the case.
But that was pre-surgery.
Yeah. I don't know, what the extent of his...
When I talked to her, she said that, where he broke it was like the perfect place to break it. So,
goodness. It's unfortunate no matter what. But hopefully he can get back to Alabama quicker than they anticipate.
Amen to that. But speaking of honey, so...
The donkey?
No, not the donkey.
Okay.
Our honey, the bee honey. Uh-huh. When they harvested honey here is when Granddaddy passed away.
Right. That was the second time of harvesting honey.
And...
Right?
No, it was the first time.
Okay.
So they've harvested honey here twice and gotten 150 pounds basically every time. And this, so...
Of 10 hives.
Yeah.
Well, actually 9 hives.
Yeah.
One of them did not do very well, and she took those bees and combined them with another hive.
Yeah. So I didn't get all that on camera because that was right when Granddaddy passed away, and it just worked out where I just didn't get to film all that. But in between the hives here, our hives at Petals, and our hives at Catherine, the first time at G&G Farm, it was 350 pounds of honey, I think what it was, which is crazy. That's a lot of honey. But I want to show you guys this because I've been meaning to show you this, and I just felt like we were talking about Roy, and I thought I'd bring it up. And I don't know if you can see it, but I took a picture of it. But I want to show y'all the difference in the color of our honey throughout the seasons. So
when she brought it, they were outside.
Yeah.
And she sat it on the tailgate of the truck, and the way the sunlight was shining through it, you could tell which one was late season, early season.
You can. It is really, really cool. I'll show you in the picture.
I can see it on the camera.
Yeah, you can see it.
This is the dark one.
So this is our fall winter honey right here. The middle one. Yeah. This one is in between. So we're transitioning from fall to spring. And then this lighter one here is the spring honey.
That's the one that they're shipping out now.
This is one that's shipping out now. So it's really, really cool. I just think that's so fascinating. So if you're a honey customer and been buying honey from us, look at that.
I mean, that's a world of difference in in the color of the honey. And it's
Isn't
just
that
simply
cool?
what they're bringing in from pollination.
That is so cool. So if you bought honey from us in the fall, it looked like this. And then if you bought honey from us in the spring, it looks like this. And it tastes different too. That's just so fascinating.
You can really see it on the camera. I didn't think you would be able to.
I didn't think you could be able to see it too. Or at least on our end, it looks like you can see the difference in the colors.
So the light one is what's
going out now.
What's going out now.
That is unreal. That is so cool. So cool.
It is. I mean, it's just crazy the difference.
Yeah, it is. But I wanted to show you guys that how that honey changes colors throughout the season. So probably what's going to happen is that when we start transitioning from summer to spring, you're going to get this medium color.
Not summer to spring, summer to fall.
I mean, yeah, summer to fall. You're going to get this medium color, and then in the fall, it's going to go back to this darker color.
Isn't that crazy?
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But I wanted to show you guys that. We're talking about Roy, and I've been meaning to show y'all that. But so if you're ordering honey now, it's going to be this lighter honey that I told you she could open it.
You're right.
from the spring. It's just unreal.
Dee Dee has
cool.
a special ability to open doors and doggy gates.
She can open them.
She can open them.
No other dog here can do it, but she can do it.
And if y'all saw the picture yesterday, Jason posted on Facebook of my little Gidget sitting up in the window. I saw some people commenting, and they wanted to know how in the world that little dog got up in the window. And some people said, I bet Brooke and Jason put her up there.
Yeah.
Well, our windows go from floor to, well, not ceiling, but they go from floor to, it's only that high off the ground. Mm-hmm. Literally.
It's about a foot.
It's that high.
Yep.
So she just jumps up in there and enjoys looking out the window.
Somebody wanted to know, does the taste reflect what we're growing? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my gracious. Yeah. Y'all would not believe
I'm going to have to try to do it this week. I want to show y'all the bees on the African blue basil and the buckwheat. It is unreal.
It is crazy.
Unreal. But this lighter color honey is going to be from the Chinese privet. Mm-hmm. It's going to be from the radishes and the greens that we let go to seed, and which they covered all that. So that's just amazing. It's just so amazing.
The bees in the garden and the things that you have planted now are unreal.
Yeah.
You can literally walk out there and hear buzzing.
Yeah, it's
way away from the hives.
There's, I say thousands, but maybe more than thousands of bees out there.
Maybe appropriately saying millions.
If I got to film it, usually early in the morning is when they're out there. They stay out there all day, but as the temperature starts to rise, I think they try to go to the hive and help keep it cool. But
the other day, Jason came and got me, and he said, I was putting eggs out at the stand, and he said, you got to come over here. So I was taking ice packs back to the freezer. I set them on a garbage can that I was taking back home, and I went over there to see what he wanted. I could not believe it. I mean, it was literally just in the air.
It's crazy.
And they're not going to sting us. I mean, they're just interested in getting their food and taking it back to the hive. But amazing. Just amazing. I don't know if it'll show up on camera like it is actually.
Yeah, it may not, but I'll try to get it on camera best I can. It's just unbelievable.
And the African blue basil is something that Jason at Petals from the Past told us about last year. So we got like 4 little plants from him last year. And he said, do not forget, at the end of the year, you've got to take cuttings off this because it will not reseed true.
It's a hybrid.
And
they've crossbred 2 different basils to get it.
And so my Jason here, he did just that. He took cuttings. And y'all, there were so many nights during cold temperatures that he would say, he would get up and he would say, oh my gosh, I forgot the basil, and would run outside when it was 32 because it was going to go down lower than that, and bring that basil in the house. So babying it paid for itself.
Yeah, I don't know how many I planted. I think we planted about 3 or 4 in the aviary, but Mary Cross said they didn't make it. It's hot though.
It is hot.
It's really hot. I planted 3 in the beds over here in the Alabama parterre garden, And I planted probably 10 or more in the vegetable gardens out front.
That is definitely something that we will continue to take cuttings off of, and
yes,
and we'll have to share some of those cuttings with our friends. Catherine,
we will have to.
She didn't grow any of that this year because she didn't know to.
Now you can buy seeds, and I don't know how they. I need to ask Greg that one day. How do they determine? How can they filter the seeds out on hybrids? Because you buy Better Boy tomatoes and all these hybrid tomatoes, but if you were to save the seeds in those tomatoes,
they wouldn't come up.
50% may be one thing and 50% may be another thing, or it may be even different than that.
Well, even if you do find out, I'm not going to understand it.
I don't know how they do it.
So there's no need in explaining it.
But you can buy African blue basil seeds from a seed company too.
But it's not going to be.
They will, because they're just like you can buy. I buy Halcinator seeds from Hoss Tools. Those are all hybrid tomatoes.
So you guys can go out there and buy it.
They can buy the seeds from somebody. I don't know who sells them, but I've seen them for sale online. And if you've never grown it, grow it. It would it's not really for the leaves. It smells like basil, it tastes like basil, but it produces just oohoos of flowers.
Oh my gracious.
And that's what you're growing it for.
I bet you've got a picture of it somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure I do. But it's basically for the flowers more so than it is basil. So if you're a big basil fan, go ahead and grow your normal basil that you normally grow. But you're growing this for the flowers. It is unbelievable. This is it right here. I don't know if I know you're not going to be able to see the bees on it right there. Well, I can see the bees.
Yeah, I can see them too. But y'all see how the blooms kind of remind me of a salvia.
They do remind you of a salvia.
It's more straight up and slender, but if you have a pollinator garden, it would be wonderful to add to it.
It is. It's a great companion planting in your garden because it's bringing in, and we're saying honeybees, but it's not just honeybees. All of our native bees are on it. Butterflies are on it.
Everything. So, dragonflies. I mean, it's
doing well.
It's everything.
It is doing well. I'm glad we grew that this year. I really am.
So I got to tell y'all something that happened to me. One day last week, I was on my way to town. Mary Carl was with me, and we were driving the truck. I don't know what we were doing. I guess going to get feed. Mm-hmm. Not too far from our house, y'all know where Peach's twin lives. And I've told y'all that before. There's a pig that lives there that is not nearly as in shape as Peach's is that I would see walking out in front of the place. And we haven't seen her in quite some time. So I was worried about Peach's twin. Well, I look every time I go over there. Well, this particular day I'm driving. I'm looking over for Peaches. There's a gentleman driving his zero-turn lawnmower. And y'all, he flipped over right in front. Not in the road. Right in front of my vision on the side of the road. He was cutting a ditch area there. And all of a sudden, the lawnmower just went upside down. I slammed on the brakes. And I can tell I'm going to need more water.
Okay.
I slammed on the brakes and I jumped out of the truck, put my hazard lights on, and ran over to him. And as soon as I got close to him, he stood up and he said, "Ma'am, I'm okay. I'm okay." I could tell he was shaking.
Yeah.
But my heart did not quit beating. It was way worse than Jason sticking his hand to the electric wire. This was a kind of something that
oh goodness,
you don't want to see. And for him to come up from that, he was an older gentleman, and I could not believe that he was
didn't get hurt.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, stuff like that scares me.
So about that time, somebody walked out of the house, and I asked them, "Does the pig still live there?" And the gentleman cutting grass didn't own the pig. She said, "Yes, the pig's still back there, and the pig now has a friend."
That's probably why you don't see it no more.
That's what I thought. Pigs are like herd animals.
Except
they
Peaches.
Need more than one.
Except Peaches.
Well, I didn't call her a pig, did I?
Oh, y'all, I Peaches, I don't know. I don't know if there's another pig out there like it. I really don't. I mean, she does not like other pigs, or either we haven't found the right one yet, but we're 0 for 3.
0 for 3. I don't think she wants a pig for a friend.
I think she's content with her goat buddies.
I think so too.
And donkeys. She really don't pay attention to none of them.
No,
she really don't.
She does her own thing, and
she
always
walks
has.
Around and walks around and stuff like that. But yeah, he's she don't care about no other pigs.
No, she doesn't. And I must share with y'all, when I got done with what I was doing in town and I went back home, that gentleman that flipped over on his lawnmower was cutting grass again.
Really? I bet he went in and got him a drink and cooled his nerves down.
I wish I had one, because, I mean, it got me up in the air.
Oh, but that guy.
It messed me up.
Whoo!
It scared me too.
He may have changed his drawers.
He may have had to. It's a scary situation.
It does. It scares me. The driving anything on a slant scares me. It really does. You have to be careful. I think the tractor is the main thing, and I think, and we've known throughout the years people that have passed away.
Yeah.
Accidents on tractors.
Right.
And I think what people think in their arm, in their head, is that they can jump off that tractor. When it starts leaning or tipping over, that they can jump off of it.
I must confess, many, many years ago, we had a John Deere tractor that belonged to your daddy.
Yeah.
And it was a monster. That thing had a lot of horsepower.
Yeah.
I jumped off of it. We were building the old house,
mm-hmm.
and we were building our driveway, and I was scraping it, and I was going up, and I got off the edge of that driveway, and it was almost a drop off. And when I got my tire off, that tractor was going to turn over, or at least I thought it was, and I jumped off of it. And there was a tree right there, so the tractor came to a stop, and I should never have jumped off that tractor.
See, I was an old tractor. It didn't have a seatbelt on it. It didn't have a roll bar on it. It was an old tractor.
If I had stayed on it, I might would have gotten killed.
80s. But the tractors
it was way older. I think it was older than 80s.
No, they bought it. They bought it from the city of Georgia, the state. It was a state tractor. It was in the 80s. But the newer tractors now, where they got the bar and the seatbelt.
Oh, I wear my seatbelt.
Put the seatbelt on, because it's going to protect you. Now, I guess you could break your arm or something like that, but chances of you hitting your head or pretty slim. Why is it coming through? That should not be coming through.
I got back in the truck, and of course, I was telling Mary Carl that he was okay, and I told her to stay in the truck because it was a pretty heavy traffic.
Yeah,
she could have gotten hurt if she had stepped out in the road or whatever. So she's sitting in the truck. When I got calmed down, she said to me, "That's why you wear your seatbelt."
Yeah. There you go.
And she cuts grass on the zero turn, and she wears her seatbelt.
Where's that seatbelt?
His lawnmower had the roll bar.
Yeah.
And had he had his seatbelt on,
he wouldn't have came out.
He wouldn't have come off. But
she wants to go down, but for some reason, there she goes.
Nope.
I don't know what she got going on. Yeah.
But I thought to myself, toot toot, I taught you well. I taught you well.
Oh, me.
Because the last thing you'd want to do is jump off.
Yeah. A lot of people think that they can jump off. And we know one that had passed away on a tractor, and he was a older person, and it owned a farm. Everything he did was farming and was scraping his driveway.
Yep.
So, I mean, it could just never know. Scary, scary, scary stuff. I see some people asking about the turtle.
The turtle?
So I posted a reel of us catching the turtle who was under Rocky's bed. Now, how he got there is beyond me. Now, some people said
was Rocky on the bed?
He was laying on the other side. The dogs may have brought him up there, but he was pretty big. I just can't see the dog's mouth
they
getting around
him.
They
could have brought him.
And he was trying to bite me, but he wasn't a snapping turtle. A lot of people are saying I shouldn't have put that snapping turtle in the pond.
It wasn't a snapper.
But he was a slider. Mary Carl identified him pretty quick. Now she a bird expert. She's evidently got a turtle expert too.
Yeah.
But it was I think a red ear slider. I think that's right.
What she said.
Is that what she said?
I think so.
And so anyways, we took him down to the pond. He or she, could have been a she, I guess too.
It could have been, but I know one thing.
What's that?
I know it was trying to find water.
And it even could have came from the pond.
It could have.
We have no idea.
It could have.
No idea. And we've seen turtles in the pond already, so there's a lot of people saying I shouldn't have put the turtle.
We don't want snapping turtles in the pond. No, we don't. And if we find any, we will definitely remove them.
Yeah.
But this was not a snapping turtle.
Mm-mm. And I read, we've been reading about turtles too. They're actually good for the pond, but it's like anything else. If you get an overpopulation of something, then it can be a burden. But for the most part, that turtles are really good for your pond, for the ecosystem. They eat a lot of algae and bugs. So, not snapping turtles.
We witnessed emu aerobics a little bit earlier.
Did.
Water aerobics. Goldie and Nugget went in the pond, man. And it was the first time I had witnessed the roll. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was, but literally turned up and kicking.
They were doing their synchronized swimming.
Mm-hmm. They went to where nothing but their head was sticking out.
Yeah.
And they did their aerobics and got their exercise in and came back out.
Going all the way, down.
All you can see was their head sticking out.
You can see their feathers floating like this. Just like
and
that.
And the two of them going at the same time just tickles me. Because it's almost like, hey, you hot? And the other one says, yeah. And they decide together. How else would they?
I don't know how they communicate it, but they do go down there together.
I saw where somebody told us that Kevin at Hidden Heights was having to part with his emus. And I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But all I could think to myself was how well Nugget and Goldie get along.
They do get along.
And to separate those two, which I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how many emus he has. But if those two were separated, it would be hard on the other one.
It would be.
Never thought that day would come. Never thought.
Never, yep.
She's been spending a lot of time on the side where she laid eggs. And first, when she started doing it, it concerned me. I thought, oh my gracious, please don't lay eggs in this 114-degree heat index.
Please don't.
We would have a difficult decision to make, and it probably ain't going to go in Goldie's favor. We would probably have to, not let Nugget see it. But lo and behold, she hasn't laid eggs, and I'm thankful for that. Miss Kathy said that when Goldie laid eggs previously, it was closer to fall when she laid a second clutch. That would be better.
That would be better.
Maybe her bug is gone for the year. I wouldn't be upset if she didn't lay any more this year, but
if she lays any more this year, I'm going to pull them.
I think it's just, if she doesn't heat, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cooler over there, and that's the reason she's finding herself on that side.
On that side, yeah. I don't know why they don't hang out over there more.
Nugget, he, stays with her for the most part, but there are times when he's not.
They like to stay under the big oak tree on the side closest to the house.
Right.
Where we feed them right
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Maybe that's why.
There's actually two trees there they like to stay by. That big oak tree and then that little small oak tree.
Right.
But, that's where they hang out for the most part. But she does, you're right, she does walk over there. But he don't.
I am so thankful for the pond.
Oh, gosh.
Y'all, if I had to fill up goose pools, I don't know what number we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it out loud if I did know, because he doesn't ever say anything about them. But I do know that we have a lot of geese, and filling up little kiddie pools for that amount would not be good.
No.
It wouldn't be fun.
It wouldn't be fun.
So I'm thankful for the pond.
It wouldn't be fun.
To do it.
And they are too.
Yeah, they are too.
And
they stay in it most of the time.
And the emus.
We do have to get a way to aerate the pond at some point.
We are. We reached out to one pond company, if not two. One
And you seem to think we can do it ourselves.
I seem to think we can do it ourselves, and I seem to think we can go solar. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. If we don't go solar, we're going to have trenches dug.
Well, here's the deal, Dyson.
And pipe laid and get electricity over there.
Guess what?
What's that?
We're going to dig a trench and for the well to have a pipe to go in the pond anyway.
Yeah, we can dig another trench.
So what difference does it make?
Yeah. So right now there's no electricity over there, so we can't. And it's got to. I'll have to see. I don't know what voltage those things are.
Well, the one company I talked to, it was 220. Remember?
That's right. It was 220.
But then all the ones that I looked at.
But here's the thing. That's got to come off our panel box on the backside of the house.
But if we don't go with 220, it doesn't.
It's got to be on a circuit on its own. We can't
even
connect
if it
it
is
to a plug over here.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got a problem.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay. We might better.
That's
we got
fine.
Plenty of sunshine, Jason.
That's why I'm thinking we're gonna go solar.
I'm fine with that
solar.
If we can make it work.
The first pond company we talked to, y'all, I don't know what it is, but anyways, they wasn't nice. They were real arrogant. They had the attitude that if you're asking how much it's going to cost, then you can't afford this pond pump and aerator. I don't know. That's just how it came off on me.
I had no idea.
I didn't like them.
What the cost would involve. I had no idea.
Right.
So I basically told them that. I said, I know what they cost if you order one and do it yourself, but I don't know what it costs if a professional does it.
Yeah.
And they led me to believe that there was no way we could afford it before I even asked them anything.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like the whole attitude. So they said they start in the upper teens is what they told me, meaning thousands, tens of thousands.
Yeah, they threw out a number out there that was stupid.
And then they told me, I said, well.
But then I told you about the windmill too, but go ahead.
They said, and we can send somebody out there to give you a more accurate description, but you just have to be prepared to pay that much.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, be prepared to pay that much.
Just arrogant.
If you send somebody out here. I mean, it just didn't go over well.
It was so anyways. And then I started thinking about the windmill too. And that's not out of the question either, is the windmill.
It is for me because I don't know how to do it.
But I'm not for sure how those things work when we don't have much wind.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we got a lot of sunshine.
We got a lot of sunshine, y'all. So I think we may go solar. I really do. And I'm guessing that it has a backup battery, so when the sun's not shining, it runs off the batteries. How I'm sure it goes. But anyways, we'll look. We've tossed around. We've looked at the windmills, but we haven't got into the solar yet. So we'll figure it out.
Now, when I talked to the people that professionally installed them, they told me they did install solar, but it does not work at night, and it does not work on cloudy days.
So maybe it don't have a battery backup.
That was what they told me.
Yeah.
So they weren't too keen on the solar.
The solar. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to run 24/7 either.
Oh, it wouldn't have to. Just telling me if I wanted to see it visually going all the time.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
If it had lights on it, it wouldn't go at night.
I got you. And I've seen people say about the windmills hurt the birds, but this, I don't know how big Lester's windmill is, but I just don't see how those type of windmills would hurt a bird. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Well, you need to ask the bird expert.
I will ask the bird expert.
But
and
I'll ask Lester
about his too.
Wind, Jason, because we have wind during certain months.
Yeah.
But right now you can go outside and this just dry, still as can be.
And plus ours is in that valley, so we could put the windmill up here, but how much pressure does it lose traveling all the way down to the pond? That's the other thing. That was the other question I had, but we'll figure it out. But we do plan on putting an aerator and a fountain in there.
Mary Cross pigeons
and
are
fish.
Not the sharpest tools in the
That's true.
shed.
I forgot about them.
Oh, I didn't.
I forgot about those.
I did not.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting to them to see something going round and round and think they need to catch a ride on it. And end up in another continent?
Yeah. Somebody said Lester's windmill small, wouldn't hurt a bird.
Huh. I don't know.
Anyways, we'll figure it out. We will definitely figure that out. We got a couple of things. One thing I know I want to get done before we get started on that, though.
Yeah.
Our plans is try to get the backyard garden finished.
We have done some things on that off camera, and trying to get just at least a couple of things done at a time.
Yeah.
In between other things that have to be done. So, running a farm is nonstop. Even though we don't have 200 head of cattle, it's a different kind, and it's nonstop. It is nonstop. I mean, I'm thankful for what we do. I don't mean to sound like that, but it just doesn't seem like, unless we completely stop what we're doing, we are not going to get another project finished.
That's right.
Kind of like the fencing. We set our mind to it, and that's what we were focused on.
I got you.
So we're going to have to do that with the back.
How are Moody and Mildred? I'm seeing that pop up a lot. They're doing good.
They are. Y'all, this morning. So they're in my area, so to speak. So I see them first. She was literally standing up under him. And I was like, Mildred. But the other day, Jason posted a reel of Moody licking Mildred.
No, other way around, I think.
Mildred licking Moody? I don't know which way it was.
Maybe it was one of them.
But is she up here?
No, she's down there barking.
But whatever way it was, when I quit recording, the other one started licking.
Yep.
It went both ways. They love each other. There's no doubt about it. They get along perfect. There's no issues at feeding time. It was meant to be. Yeah,
they get along great. The scratching post, I've seen that asked a bunch. We're eventually going to do that so this is what's going to happen is that when the baby goats are big enough and we think it's time for them to move in with the other goats, Joe and Mo are going to get that pasture.
That's right.
Because we built that pasture for them, and it's got the scratching post in it. And then we're going to move the scratching post out of Moody's old pasture into Moody and Mildred's pasture. So that's the plan.
And I was told by Dr. D, do not put baby goats on a pasture.
What is she barking at?
I don't know. Dee Dee's mad. Do not put baby goats on a pasture where other goats have roamed. They're not old enough. Their immune system's not strong enough.
We can't do that.
I don't know what she's barking at. We should have made her stay up here, I guess. It's a parasite thing. So Dr. D didn't even want me to worm them until they were 60 days old. And all they are working off of is the immunity from their mama. So it's best to keep them off of ground where other goats have been, other parasites, and things that could affect their system. So we have obeyed that rule, and we will get them moved over as soon as possible. But we have never done that in the past because we haven't had the ability to. We only had the one pasture before, and yes, they all did well, but that doesn't mean that this bunch would.
That's right.
If we can prevent it, then we're going to prevent it.
That's right.
So there's no harm in Mo and Joe being where they are right now.
Mm-mm.
And until the time comes, they're going to be there.
That's right.
So I've seen that question a lot. What about Mo and Joe?
Yeah, they're going to go to the barn. As soon as we get everybody moved, we're going to go to the barn. The only thing I'm worried about is I can't remember how I put that scratching post in for Moody and them because it was the one for cows.
You know what?
But I'm going to have to watch a video.
Oh, you can watch your own video.
I can watch my own video, but it's probably best to watch manufacturer's video instead of mine.
Well, our problem was the ground was so hard we could not get that thing started. It was like an auger.
It's built on it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that when we reinstall it, we could use the T-post driver, drive a T-post down to make a little pilot hole, and then it'll get it started.
Maybe so.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe so.
We will see. What does that say? Are Mo and Joe safe at night? Yes, they're safe at night. Safe.
We really don't have any issues here. Plus, they got electric fencing around them too.
They got electric fencing around them,
and the dogs.
And the dogs. Yeah. So.
And they're big.
Yeah.
Mo is almost caught up with Joe.
Y'all, that little man, he is something else. His little hairdo, it is special. It's like it grows up. And Mr. Joe, he's showing some signs of being in milk.
Yeah, he is.
So
I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but the crazy thing is that Laura at Simply Making It has a couple of bucks too, and her buck that she's had, I cannot remember his name.
I know what it's not. It's not called Hut Hut.
Well, he has the same issue that Joe has.
Okay.
He has an udder that could be milked.
Yeah.
And she has the perfect opportunity to make a special soap. If she milked her boar.
Not her names are trying to flow through my head of what we could call that soap.
Well,
you don't remember his name, though.
I can't remember his name.
Oh goodness.
I guess it would have to be Buck Wild. But I cannot remember that goat's name.
Buck Wild.
Buck Wild.
Oh goodness. I have to bring something up.
What's that?
I have to bring up Lester.
Oh my.
Talking about me tipping my hat to him. Y'all, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. For the most part, and Brooke don't watch anybody. She won't even check our videos out.
No.
But for the most part,
I don't watch my own video after it's edited.
For the most part, we really don't watch other YouTubers because we really don't have much time. You know, and we notice that that's across the board for the most part. It really is. But I will say this. It never fails. It's like Jack's his name. Laura just said it, Jack.
Oh.
And nope. That means she's not going to milk Jack.
I'm sorry, Laura. I couldn't remember his name.
But anyways.
Could be Jack's juice.
But anyways, it never fails. Anytime Lester is talking about us on a live, and that just so happened I went in to change the ads on the live stream because if I don't change the ads in the live stream, YouTube will put 45 ads in there. And so I have to go in and take all of them out and just only do like 4 or 5. So I went in there to do that, and I saw Lester was live, and it popped up. And as soon as it popped up, he's talking about the whole me tipping my cap to him. and that how you looked over at me, and I got tickled. I was laughing so hard. But that anytime Lester talks or seems to be talking about us, I catch it.
You catch it.
And I don't know why that is. It's just weird.
And I must tell y'all that even though he said I looked like I had a devil in me when I looked at Jason, because Jason was talking about tipping his hat.
Oh, goodness.
I still love Lester just as much as I did before. And Jamie.
Oh,
so
man.
Don't let him fool you. Even I wasn't at all being ugly about Jason tipping his hat because of what was the hat you had on? I'm a Survivor?
I had the I'm a Survivor hat on that day.
He replayed it in slow motion, y'all. And this is what I look like. I looked like I was so mad. And he just made that.
Oh, goodness.
Egged it on.
He did. And we're all friends. So we all get along. So
if you can't get a laugh out of something like that, then
I just don't want people to take it the wrong way.
Please don't.
Please don't.
We're all friends.
We're all friends.
I don't think anything he could. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
You better not.
I'm not.
Better not.
I'm going to leave that between him and Ryan.
Speaking of funny, so this is a trend going around. I've noticed this trend going around, and it is this right here. Have you guys seen this? Can you read it?
You know I haven't seen it.
So the trend is that they want Southerners to say this little saying right here.
Oh. And you know, I go no further than Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on any of the other platforms. I'm just on Facebook. And I haven't ever seen that.
And so I don't know why. I don't this is not I don't know why.
So I'm supposed to read it?
Well, you're supposed to read it with our Southern accent, and I guess it's supposed to come out funny. I don't know why that is, but I've seen it. I've seen this going around.
Only that saying?
Yeah, but we don't really have a Southern accent, do we?
I don't think so, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Even when Mary Carl was little, people talked about Mary Carl's accent, and I never noticed it.
Yeah.
So 5 bowls of boiling oil.
5 bowls of boiling oil. I don't know why. I don't know why that's.
I bet somebody's laughing at us right now.
They may be laughing at us right now, but 5 bowls of. Oh, that's kind of a tongue twister.
It is kind of a tongue twister. Because when you held it up, I thought about reading it. And I was like, 5 bowls of boiling oil.
Oh, man.
Why is that so
5 bowls of boiling oil.
It is what it is.
I wonder how many people are saying this right now.
They're
a lot, ain't it?
They're probably sitting in the room and their husband's over there watching TV and they're going, why is my wife saying 5 bowls of boiling oil?
So I don't know. And everybody I've heard read it sounds normal to me.
So it's not funny to you.
I didn't really get a kick out of it, but I mean, I guess it's going around.
Well, here it is, coming on. Bye-bye.
Oh me. Oh goodness.
I thought about something when I was talking about Laura and her goats and her boy goat, producing milk and whatnot. And y'all know what time of the year it is? It's time to use that Dirty Girl soap.
It is time to use it.
It is very useful right now. So if y'all work in your garden or outside and you need a way to get that dirt off of you.
Yeah.
Catherine at G&G Farm said that's all she can use to get herself clean.
Really?
Because she says at the end of the day, sometimes after 2 or 3 showers, she's used that Dirty Girl soap and it just gets her clean. Nothing else will do. But that loofah, built in.
Catherine's a dirty girl.
She is. She wouldn't be friends with me if she wasn't. Right?
Yep. Oh, goodness. I ain't seen her today.
She's probably out getting dirty.
She probably is getting dirty.
She's getting dirty.
She's probably out there picking corn.
Well, I will say that it is now deer rescue season.
Oh, again. That's right.
And Catherine is a rescue. She's a wildlife rescuer.
She's the only one in the state of Alabama.
Only one in the state. And I think she might have been getting a deer this afternoon. So that's probably what she's doing.
She'd be probably right.
But she's going to need that soap when she gets home. She's going to be a dirty girl.
Before we talk about what we're going to have for supper.
Yeah.
I want to talk about our shirts and stuff like that.
Well, I wore mine just because.
Well, we've been working on this for a while, and we're going to close the Spread Shop shirt where you get our shirts out now down. Because we're going to start working with a local here in Clinton, Alabama, a local
5 bowls of boiling oil. I had to say it.
You had to say it. We are going to work with a local lady that does, or she's got her own little company that does this kind of thing. And so we're going to start working with them because that's the only thing that we do that's not helping out a local mom and pop business. And so now we're so happy that we can do that.
Yes, we told y'all it's been a long time ago. This has been a long time in the works for everything to get together and be right. But it's finally getting close to where these people can take care of all of our products for us. We will be able to offer T-shirts just like we do now, along with some other products, and they will do the shipping. They'll do the printing. They'll do everything right there. So we are so thankful.
We are so thankful because as it is now, we're using the spread shop, which is tied with YouTube, and we have no idea who orders a shirt. All we get is a small little commission. We don't see anything. We have no control over the quality. We have no control over the sizes. We have no control over the colors. We don't know who
we're helping. I mean,
oh yeah, we don't know who we're helping either.
So. Those people have jobs and we're grateful that they have their job, but to be able to help out somebody that we can look at face to face and know that they're, your purchase is helping a local business.
Yes.
It's just deep in our heart, and we feel the necessary need to move to someone local.
That's right.
Plus we can get a better grasp of what's going on, and you guys can, there's a lot of times when you say, could you get this shirt in a 4X or, just questions that come about that I have no idea. I can't answer that because I don't have a phone number that I can reach out to somebody one-on-one and say, could you help me with this? But now we do.
Now we do. So the reason why we're bringing this up is that we don't know how many styles we're going to transfer over. So we're going to close it down and kind of start fresh from new. So if there's anything out there that you guys may like or whatever, you can go get it now, or if you want to see what's coming forward, then just wait. But I didn't want to just shut that shop down and somebody say, oh my gosh, I wish I could have known I would have bought such and such shirt. So we're just letting you guys out there know that that's going to be gone in about a week or so, and that we're going to start something new. But we're going to have this. We're going to have coffee cups and tumblers and shirts and, kind of the same thing, except it's just going to be local, way better quality, and we'll be able to have control over everything now. And sizes, I think that's been the biggest thing, is that people have talked about sizes, and it's going to be not only better quality and all this, it's going to be a little bit the price wise, it's going to be a better price point too.
A better price point.
Anyways,
we'll be able to pass on a better deal to you guys.
Yeah, but we'll let you guys know when all that switches over. But I just wanted to let you guys know that before,
So the new company is not up in the new company.
Yeah.
They're not ready to ship out things yet.
Not yet.
But it's coming.
But it is coming.
So stay tuned. It'll be first design will be something you've never seen before.
Yes.
Totally new. And we're interested in hearing you guys' feedback once that launches to know
absolutely
what other products could we offer. We're going with what they currently stock.
Right.
They currently do the cups, the tumblers and the coffee mugs, so they're familiar with that. But if there's something that you guys would want that they don't, they're willing to work with us.
And it's called, what they use is called direct to film prints. The style it shirts, the print on it does not fade, does not wash out, does not crack, and does not peel off.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. So it's really, really great.
And they're super nice ladies.
Oh gosh, they're awesome.
They're very nice.
Really, really awesome.
So we're thankful for Clack at the Clack Shack.
He's the one that mentioned them to us.
To tell us to go reach
out to him.
Reach out to them because I really didn't think they'd be interested in handling it.
I didn't either.
I did not think that they'd be interested in shipping out products, but they are.
But we got all that handled, and we're ready to go.
Yep, they're on board. We're on board, so it won't be long.
So, what about what's for supper?
What's for supper? Well, I told Jason
I remember
earlier.
now.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
I told Jason earlier what was for dinner. And we got up here and he tells me he's hungry. What's for dinner?
I forgot.
And I said, I'm not telling you because I've already told you one time. And so I didn't tell him. But he has somehow remembered. And I must tell you, while you were outside a little bit earlier, I came in, I was hot, and I thought to myself, I'm going to go ahead and prep dinner. So you know what I did?
You prepped dinner.
I made hamburger patties, and I have them prepared in the refrigerator, ready to go in the air fryer. So we're going to have air fried hamburgers.
Which are really good.
Really good.
Believe it or not.
It's too hot to stand in front of that grill, Michael Key. It's too hot. Do not do it.
Mike, you better stay inside, boy.
You better stay inside. Put you some hamburgers in your oven.
That's right. Don't go out there and grill on that grill this evening.
And I may or may not make some onion rings.
Oh.
I didn't say I was. I said may or may not.
Oh. I see. I'm going to answer this real quick.
Okay.
Because I've seen it 100 times.
Okay.
Is it the Victorian crown pigeon is not hatched?
No.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
I will have an update on Thursday, but I can tell y'all there is no baby. No baby. So, and no baby.
So
I don't know what I was gonna say.
So onion rings. I'm not gonna hold you to the onion rings. I'm not gonna hold you to the onion rings.
If I do the onion rings, they will be in the air fryer as well, and it'll be the first time I've tried it.
With our onions.
With our onions. I saw a quick recipe that was panko breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
And onion rings and egg. But here's the thing. If the eggs are sold out at the cart, I can't make the onion rings.
Okay.
I don't have a single egg in this house. And I don't have a single, well, I guess I could go in the, I could go in the coop and get one.
I got you.
What did Michael say?
You can. Michael's having BLTs.
Uh-huh.
We won't be long.
We won't be long.
We won't be long.
Peacock eggs have not hatched.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say that. I don't know how I read it, but I saw it.
Homemade mac and cheese.
That sounds delicious.
BLTs, man. I could eat a BLT. I could eat a tea every day.
I could not.
And you know, when I was working at my old job, I would eat a tomato sandwich every day for lunch.
You would during the growing season. You sure would. All you had to do was I'd pick him up a good loaf of bread at the beginning of the week. He'd have a jar of mayonnaise that he kept in the refrigerator at work, and he'd have tomato, mayonnaise, and bread every day.
Every day. I love them. Do y'all love tomato sandwiches, or do y'all have to have the bacon and the lettuce? Bacon. I would love to know, because man, I can just eat the tomato.
I can just eat the bacon. I mean, I am.
You're not picky, are you?
No. I am one of a kind. I can eat just bacon.
Oh my goodness!
Don't have to have that lettuce or tomato.
Oh, but it's got to be homegrown tomato.
Yeah, you don't want none of that.
That's the only way I can eat a tomato sandwich if it's homegrown. Now, if it's not homegrown, now you can. I got to put the bacon and lettuce on it.
I hear you. I hear you.
I love them.
Well,
tomatoes and Dukes. There's some people out there. You might want to
say that again, because you said tomato and Dukes real quick, and probably some people don't know what Dukes is. So you might want to go back and clarify that.
That's what I was getting into. There are some people out there that are hardcore mayonnaise people.
Oh yes, sir.
To me, I really don't care what mayonnaise
I don't care either. I really don't.
I really don't care which mayonnaise I have. But there's some people out there that are huge Duke fan, which is a mayonnaise, or they're a Miracle Whip person, or they're what's it called?
Blue Plate.
Blue Plate. They're
don't forget Bama
and Bama. Which Bama's quite popular here.
Yeah, we're probably forgetting some of them, we're probably going to get in big trouble for forgetting some of them. But I must tell y'all, up until Jason and I got married, all we ever had at my house was Miracle Whip. And I thought that was the only thing. But now I have not bought Miracle Whip. And
I'm not a Miracle Whip fan. That's the only one I don't like.
I don't know that it's it's not like real mayonnaise.
They call it a salad dressing or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
We just have our mayonnaise now. But if we don't have the onion rings, we're going to have air fried French fries.
I will say this though, out of all the mayonnaise connoisseurs out there, the Duke fan base are the most hardcore.
You think?
Yes.
They mean business.
They mean business. They're like the Duke Blue Devils. Okay. You know what I mean? Basketball. I mean, when it comes to mayonnaise, it's new.
Homemade mayonnaise, Hellman's mayonnaise.
I think I said Hellman's.
Oh, did you?
I think so.
Homemade mayonnaise is very easy to make.
Yeah, I used to make it a lot.
Yeah.
I used to make it a lot. Mary Carl used to like to help me make it. Yep.
That's probably the best. It's the homemade.
It is good.
We can't go wrong saying that.
You can't go wrong saying that. Oh, put a slice of cucumber on that tomato sandwich.
See, I don't like cucumbers.
I do not like
cucumbers.
I didn't grow cucumbers this year because Mary Carl used to love to eat them all the time, but she got where she didn't eat that many of them anymore, and you don't like them, and I could go either way.
I like pickles, but I don't like cucumbers. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
Well, yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah, well, it is, but it I can make pickles out of cucumbers and be satisfied.
That's true.
So, well, we got to eat, and then we got to go back to work. I hope our bellies aren't too full.
Cooling off.
To go to work again. Yeah, we got to pace ourselves and work in the not heat of the day. We still work, but different kind of work. So
definitely different kind of work.
So y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, and we plan to be back here on Saturday morning with coffee in tow.
That's right.
And video tomorrow.
Right? Gonna be a fun one.
Gonna be a fun one. Y'all go eat that bacon on your sandwich.
Go eat that tomato on your bacon sandwich.
That's right.
Y'all be good.